Yes, the Real Rant Reviewer is back. This is a little something different. I'm going to rant review some missing people's cases my way. This is just an impromptu video here. The first person I want to discuss here is Michael Wayne Donaghy. This is a 4-year-old boy that disappeared. Disappeared in March 24th, 1991. Now, Michael Wayne Donaghy disappeared March 24th, 1991. He was a Canadian missing child who disappeared from a playground at Blanchard Park Elementary School in Victoria, British Columbia on March 24th, 1991, and he's never been found or seen since. This is the case. This case here sticks out to me. This is why it does, because Michael was last seen that day around 12:30 p.m. at the playground as his mother, Crystal Donaghy, was participating in a women's football practice where his father was a spectator. Although he disappeared meters from his parents, no witnesses to his disappearance have ever been identified. Now, let's cut to that. So that ending statement there stuck with me for a second as I just read it, actually. Although he disappeared meters from his parents, no witnesses to his disappearance have ever been identified. So no one even can verify that this child was taken. Right? Now, can people there, I don't know. There's only what I see on Wikipedia and all that shit, but I didn't really delve too deep because I'm just going off my parental instincts. Listen, if you're a parent or you have a brother or a little sister or whatever, you're in charge of someone's life, you watch that person like a hawk. And, you know, that's right, meters from you, feet from you, inches from you. This boy is only 4 years old. There's no way they would let this kid go play by himself, would they? Now, people there's no witnesses to say that this child was taken or the child was even there that day, right? I mean, I don't see anything to say that, because of this statement alone, although he disappeared meters from his parents, no witnesses to his disappearance have ever been identified. So nobody could say that this child was abducted or this child was kidnapped or this child was taken. No one can say that. Now, I'm not pointing any fingers, but I will detour the suspicions a little bit towards the parents here. Now, I did see a couple interviews of them speaking, and they do look devastated. I'm not pointing any fingers. They're grieving parents, no doubt about it. But here's the deal. You know, you have no witnesses to say that this child was taken. The only people you have as witnesses to state this fact is what? The parents. Right? I mean, you have no video footage in 91. There's no surveillance cameras to pick up them arriving with the child out of the van or car, wherever they're coming to this park for this practice, right? It's strange to me. It's strange to me also that the mother is participating in a football practice, but the father's spectating. So if the father's spectating the mother playing football, which should be the reverse, but anyways, the mother's doing this, and the father's a spectator, you know he's not damn well watching his fucking wife like a hawk. Like watching her football plays and trying to critique her. No, he's fucking watching his child like he should be doing, as a father should do. So, you know, this is such a strange fucking case to me, and it annoys me because, you know, the investigators should have done a lot more questioning, a lot more investigating, a lot more common sense thoughts here. I mean, because you're taking the father and mother's word that they brought the child at 12:30 to this playground and he was abducted. It's an easy story to make up. And it's because you have no witnesses to verify, to disprove. You have witnesses to disprove the parents' account that they brought the child to the park and the child was abducted. Because the witnesses are saying, people there are saying they did not witness a child be abducted at any time. Probably didn't even see this child at the park. So the witnesses can't even verify that the child was there. So at first you have to say that you saw the child to say the child was hurt or abducted in any way or taken or kidnapped. But they can't even say they saw the child. There was no witnesses to his Michael Wayne Donaghy's disappearance. Not his parents, not anyone there at the ball game, at the football game. No one even saw the child that I see here. You know, this is so fucked. So anyways, I wanted to mope on that, to dwell on that, because that really stuck out to me. It just really did. And I don't care what the parents say happened, because they're the only witnesses. They're the only people that you got to take at their word and credibility, you know. And it's like, you know, I can't fully take that because there's not other witnesses there to back their story, you know, or to even approve of their story and say, yes, the child was here. Yes, they brought him here, blah, blah, blah. But there's no verification there. You know, and there's the police did do a search I think it's the biggest search ever conducted at the time in British Columbia history or Canadian history, whatever the fuck it was, and they never found a fucking thing. And, you know, of course, a lot of people were investigated people now, witnesses, oh god, they come up with a van. It's been there to the play. Come on, everybody, a fucking brown van. Everybody, it's so generic, stereotypical. 20, 30 years later, 40 years later, in 2006, blah blah blah. There's some, as you can see, if he's still out there, Mr. Michael Donaghy. There is a age progression composite sketch of what he might look like today. But in all honesty, you probably won't see that person around, because, like I said, I think it's something more happened there before they arrived at the park. And I don't even think they brought the boy to the park. I think it's just a made-up story that they coerced, they told together, and they made it work. So I think something happened to the child, and I like I said, that's it. And I don't think he was abducted or kidnapped in any kind of way. So that's my thought there on my rant review on the vanishing here, the missing person, Michael Wayne Donaghy. It's just a sad story, a sad case, no doubt about it. You got to watch your children and watch people you love like a hawk. Don't let your eyes off them. You have nothing better else to do. Watch a football game, tag flag football game. Fuck out of here. Anyways, let's move on to the next rant review of the next missing person. This is Erin Marie Gilbert, 24 years old. Now, Erin Marie Gilbert, she disappeared July 1st of 1995. She was an American woman who vanished while attending the Girdwood Forest Fair in Girdwood, Alaska. Gilbert, who had previously resided in California, had moved to Anchorage, Alaska, where she lived with her sister and worked as a nanny. At the time she disappeared, Gilbert was on a first date with a man, David Combs, whom she had met at a bar in Anchorage several days prior. She was last seen at the fairgrounds beer garden at approximately 6 p.m. Alright, so despite search efforts of family and Alaska State Troopers, no trace of Gilbert has ever been found. Her disappearance received renewed interest in 2017. On July 1st of 1995, going to a little more here, Gilbert accompanied David Combs, the guy she met at a bar a couple days earlier, a man whom she met, like I said, at a bar, to Chilcock Charlie's in Anchorage, to the Girdwood Forest Fair in Girdwood, Alaska, a village south of Anchorage. The two left Anchorage at approximately 4 p.m. Gilbert was last seen at the fairgrounds beer garden with Combs. So she's the last person she's witnessed to be seen with is this David Combs, this man. Before they left at approximately 6 p.m. At the time, she was wearing a black leather jacket, a black and white t-shirt, and mountain boots and a black jeans. By Combs' account, this is David Combs, the dude she's on a date with. He says, by his account, he and Gilbert returned to his car, but found the battery dead as he left the headlights on. Okay, stop there. So Mr. Combs here, if you have headlights now this is a amusement park or wherever the fucking fairground, and you have headlights on in a car in a parking lot, I'm telling you, man, 99% of the time, a motherfucker's gonna notice that, a random person, and come and announce it, or come find the person, or tell the person, look for the person to shut the lights off so the battery doesn't die. So that's a little out there. It's out there to me, because those lights wouldn't stay on, man. Somebody would notice and get it done. Tell somebody, found the battery dead as he left the lights on. He claimed he told Gilbert he was going into a nearby friend's home to get help. Why would he go to a nearby friend's house to get help? He walked for around 2 hours, guys. So he kills 2 hours, he tells police, by walking around looking for help for a dead battery in the car. Wow, bad. But he was unable to locate his friend's residence. Of course he didn't. When he returned, because he wasn't looking for the battery, as we know, when he returned, Gilbert was no longer at the car. According to Combs, he assumed Gilbert had returned to the fair and found that he was able to start the car engine magically. He then returned to the fairgrounds and he searched for Gilbert unsuccessfully until approximately 1 a.m. All right, so this David Combs, obviously, I'm pretty sure police have their man, so to speak, because Erin Marie Gilbert here, it seems like she was new to Alaska, and this guy here, she's just looking for a friend, somebody to spend time with, to kick it with, to chill with, and I think this David Combs guy is definitely did something very bad to her. His story doesn't make sense. It doesn't hold water. It's not logical. It's just not fucking logical. We pointed out that shit. The headlights in the car. Him walking around for a friend's house for a dead battery in a car. Why wouldn't he bring Erin here with him? Or why not just... There's so many other things he could have done. Get a jump from somebody. Obviously, these 2 hours that he says he was walking around looking for a friend's house, he was either disposing of Miss Erin Marie Gilbert here or hiding her body. That's what I think. I think he did something I don't know if they're seen at the fairgrounds, but they have to be seen by witnesses. Obviously, I read that, I'm sorry. So they have been seen. So I think after leaving the fairground, going back to the car, maybe he tried to do something with her physically in the car, and ended up I want to say strangling or something like that. Some crime of passion or something. I'm not sure if it was premeditated or what. It had to be premeditated, though, maybe, because he met her at a bar 2 days earlier. So he might have had this in mind. I think maybe his advances were rejected by Mrs. Erin Gilbert here, and something bad happened to her due to Mr. David Combs. So the 2 hours that he says he tells police he's walking around looking for a friend's house for help, obviously it's a bullshit story. He's fucking getting rid of the body. He has 2 hours to do it. They haven't found anything of her, so he did it it's Anchorage, Alaska, right? So at the time of, 91 was it? Or 95, excuse me, there's not much development probably, right? So there's plenty of wilderness out there to get rid of a body, and scavengers to take it apart and never find anything again. You know, the woman was only 24 years old, start of her life. She looks a beautiful, bright, vibrant woman. So I think that's very attractive. And this David Combs here did something very badly, of course. So I wanted to rant review a couple of these missing persons cases, because I don't think they're missing people as in just vanished. You know, I believe that people close to them had something to do with it, and the answers are here in the details. That's what I believe. So these cases stood out to me that are already basically solved, I believe, if you just look at the finer details and bring them out. So Erin Marie Gilbert, wow, God rest her soul. I think something tragic happened to her thanks to Mr. David Combs here. Like I said, I played this scenario out. I told you what I thought happened. There's plenty of more reasons to go into it. This guy rejected a polygraph test, of course, and all that shit. And his story is just bullshit. So there it is. I wanted to give time to Erin Marie Gilbert here and may her rest in peace, and anyone involved in the case, may they find peace. So let's go on to the last case. We have missing person Amy Jo Rowe Betchel, 24 years old. Amy Joy Rowe Betchel. So Amy Joy disappeared July 24th, 1997. She's been declared legally dead since 2004. Wow. She was an American woman who disappeared while presumably jogging in the Wind River Mountains, approximately 15 miles south of Lander, Wyoming. Despite extensive investigative work and media portrayals, her case remains unsolved up to 2022. She was declared legally dead in 2004 at the behest of her husband, renowned rock climber Steve Betchel. So we go into this now. Let's talk about the disappearance here. So Betchel, on the morning of July 24th, Miss Betchel here told her husband Steve, I'm guessing this is obviously from Steve, the husband, this recount, right? That she was planning on running several errands in town after teaching a children's weightlifting class at the Wind River Fitness Center. She stopped at Camera Connection, a photo store near her home in Lander, around 2:30 p.m. after teaching her class. Okay, following her time at the photo store, she stopped by Gallery 331, where she spoke to the proprietor, Greg Wagner. Wagner noted that Betchel seemed hurried and repeatedly glanced at her watch during their conversation. Wagner was the last confirmed sighting of Betchel. Okay, so she's seen it going and running these errands, right? So the husband, Steve, here has a little bit of truth, right? Because she does the weightlifting class. She's seen it at the photo store around 2:30, but that's the last time she's seen. After leaving the photo shop, it is believed by authorities that Betchel drove to the Shoeshons National Forest to practice the course of the upcoming 10K run. She was enrolled to compete. According to eyewitnesses, they thought they maybe saw someone that resembled Betchel. Of course you can fucking say that. You can't fucking put any concrete evidence on these people that thought they saw something. At 4:30 p.m., Steve returned home after having... Okay, so this is where I want to stop. So at 4:30, Mr. Steve Betchel here says he returns home after spending the day with a friend, and he found his wife absent. She disappears around 2. Okay, so let's see here. There's not really a specific time, but so let's say after 2:30. So she maybe arrives at the... Wow, he has plenty of time to do something, doesn't he? So at 4:30, he's with a friend. So what is his friend, an alibi? Like, that's the thing. Let's talk to this friend. I think his fucking friend was an alibi. This motherfucker, I don't know if the friend knew that what Steve did or whatever, but I think he picked him up, or picked him up maybe even near the trail, the National Forest. I don't know, man, because her car here is found abandoned, parked on a turnout. So, so anyways, I go into the investigation by the police zone in on Steve here, Betchel. And they are saying He terminated interviews when they tried to come at him hard and press him about his wife. You know, they think maybe she was attacked by a bear or mountain lion out there. Of course not. And they, you know, Steve here supposedly wrote some violent things towards his wife and towards women, specifically about his wife in a journal that cops found. So that's another red flag. And he would later claim that they were just lyrics to songs. Oh God! And in 1998, they went for this husband, Steve Betchel, this rock climbing dude, is central suspect, but they wanted to clear him of suspicion so they could follow other leads, which they were unable to do due to his lack of cooperation. So he provided, now here's Steve providing an alibi for the time of Betchel's disappearance, was corroborated by his friends. Right, by the friend who he fucking to agree that they had spent the afternoon with him rock climbing, guys. However, on the advice of criminal defense attorney, Steve refused to submit a polygraph. Obviously, he's not going to do the polygraph. And then this part here, additionally, a woman driving through the area from where Betchel disappeared claimed to have seen a truck matching Steve's in the area. Now, that's a little, you know, saying, man, like, that's good shit right there. I think he was there. I think he was there between 2:30 to 4:30, waiting and wait for her. I think that's what it was. He waited and wait for her. He took her out there in the woods, got rid of, disposed, and then he called a friend to come pick him up or something like that. And, you know, the friend's not gonna fucking incriminate himself, blah blah blah, all that shit, or even went somewhere else to be picked up by the friend. So there's obviously his friends are his alibi. I knew that from as soon as Mr. Betchel here says he was out all day with a friend, and then he comes home and his wife is gone. So we know this fucking guy did something. We know. Stop saying he didn't. Stop saying shit. Read the fine details. There's, you know, what, 90% of the time it's to fuck somebody you know that's fucking with you. Alright? It's just not, to be random. I don't want to go into all that shit. Let's just stay on these cases. So, anyways, wow. So in late August 1997, the FBI requested satellite photos from NASA of the area on the day of Betchel's disappearance, but the satellite images provided no information. In January 1998, satellite images taken by the Russian space station Mir were also taken, but they also revealed nothing. No, why would you fucking do that? Why would the cops stay on the ground, you fucking idiots? Don't keep your heads in space. How the fuck would you go to your investigating space, you stupid shit? What are you gonna see there? Cars? Try to catch this fucking car on Google Space? Stupid. 97, 98, fucking with that. Anyways, get real, man. Stay on fucking point. Stay on the details. Okay, so let's read this. Later developments, guys. So in June 2003, a Timex Ironman digital watch was discovered by a doctor hiking near the Popo Ag River and was turned into police. It was noted to be similar to a watch Betchel had owned at the time of her disappearance. However, law enforcement was unable to determine whether or not the watch belonged to her. How many fucking watches are Timex that is an Ironman digital watch is found out there? Come on! Come on! How the fuck could you say it's not belonged to her? Because they don't want to release anything. They don't want to tell details. Obviously, you can't tell the details, right? Compromise the case and the investigation. But, however, law enforcement was unable to determine whether or not the... Obviously, you can determine it because it's a fucking watch that is so fucking specific. A Timex Ironman digital watch. And I'm sure you can find some pictures or a purchase of Betchel that she got this watch or who she got it from. Get the fuck out of here. Find that out near the Popo Aggie River. And what? They didn't go search near the river? Anyways, in 2007, an interview with blah, 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 the sheriff said, I believe it was a homicide. I believe what happened to her happened on the day she disappeared. In my mind, there's only one person that I want to talk to. Only one person that refuses to talk to her. That's her husband. So anyways, a bunch of shit here. So we know it's Mr. Steve Betchel that has something to do with it. They need to chase his ass down, find some evidence, look into finer details, question this man. What is he protected by the law? He can't be protected by the law that much, can he? Because if he breaks the law, if he's in the wrong and the side of the law will get him. So he cannot be protected by something that he's fucking with, can he? So in the end, he'll get what's coming to him. So, like I said, we just covered 3 missing people cases. I rant reviewed them. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you didn't, fuck, man. Just don't make me miss, alright? Don't make me go miss it. Thank you guys for watching The Real Rant Review.